Okay, let's start the discussion. Let us discuss the chapter-wise test. Wait. Yeah, this is the question one. For the question one, we already have some diagram, some pattern in here. And then what do we have to do? We have to find, wait, yeah, sorry, is it P? Yeah, for the question one, we have to find the next diagram on the diagram 4. And then you can check how many crosses are there, how many circles are there. So in here, there are, at the very first one, we can see that when it's go down 3 and then this is will be 1. So this is now changed. This is go down 4 and then it will be good. Next, it will be 2. And then this is go down 4. The next one, it will be 3. So it means it will be go down like 6 and then after that for the next one it will be 4. So this is your diagram have to be exactly like this. If there is more circle or more cross, I will make it as wrong. So it means the number that is go down, I will count it like there is 6 rows of crosses and then the other one it will in total there will be like 14 crosses, and then for the circle it will be 16 circles in total. Is there anyone who have any difficulties or getting confused on doing the question one? It's okay to ask me rather than you keep being quiet. No question? For sure. We are discussing the chapter wise test. For those who are late, you can check your chapter wise test answer sheet and then try to do a double check with me, so later you can check your own marks and also you can compare it with the marks that I give it to you through the Google Classroom. If there is anything different, you can tell me, you can let me know through by typing through the private comments. You can tell me and then you can return back the paper that already checked through the Google Classroom. You can turn it back to me, so I will get notification if there is something different with yours. Okay, then is there anyone having any question regarding the question one? No question for the question 1A. Okay, no one asked me anything, so I think no one have no question. So I will move to the question 1B. For the question 1B, we will use the same diagram, and then the question asking explain why the number of circle in diagram 5 will be 25. So you can just compare the number of circles on each diagram. On the diagram 1 there will be 1 circle, diagram 2 it will be 4 circles, diagram 3 it will be 9 circle. You can check it by checking their difference. So like from the first diagram into the second diagram, the difference is 3. So from the second into the third, the difference is 5. From the third into the fourth, so it means the difference will be 7. So from fourth into the fifth one, the difference will be 9. That's why we will get 25, or you can say that at the first diagram, it will be 1. 1, I get it from 1 times 1. For the diagram 2, I get it 4. 4 means 2 times 2. And then for the diagram 3, I get 9 circles from 3 times 3. So it means later for the diagram 5, it will be 5 times 5, which is equals to 25. You can make your own sentence as long as the meaning is same like what I show you here. It means your answer is already correct. For the question 1B, the score is 1 mark. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe my explanation is still confusing or anything? No, for sure. Okay. If you have any different answer, maybe you can tell me which one that I need to discuss. Okay. No question. Okay. If no question, I will move to the question 1C. For the question 1C, we have to find the expression of the number of crosses. Some of you find the expression for the number of circles. Please read the question properly because the question asking the number of crosses. So we have to find how many crosses are there in each diagram. Like for the first diagram, there will be 5 crosses. In the diagram 2, it will be 8 crosses. At diagram 3, it will be 11 crosses. So how do we find the nth term? We do it as the same as we do the position to term rule. So we find, because we check the difference from the first diagram into the second diagram, the difference is 3. from the second into the third, the difference is 3. So it means we have to find the multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 can be 3, 6, 9. The difference will be 2. So it means the n term, it will be 3 times n plus 2, or you can write it as 3n plus 2. This is 2 marks. If you already have 3n and then your number at the back in here is wrong, you still get 1 mark. Is there anyone having any question or get confused on the question 1C? Or maybe I talk too fast? No? Okay. No one tell me anything through the chat box either, so I will move to the question 2. Whenever you have any question, you can directly text me through the chat box, or you can unmute yourself, interrupt me, it's okay. For the question 2, we have a function machine for the position to term rule in here. So the position number, we will multiply it by 6 and then we plus it by 2. For the question A to A, work out the second term. If second term, it means the n will be equals to 2, or the position number, it will be equals to 2. So in the position in here, we can replace it into number 2. 2 times 6, the result will be 12. And then 12 plus 4, the result will be 14. That's why in here for the second term, the answer will be equals to 14. For the question B, we have to find the term-to-term rule. Remember, the position number we always multiply with the term-to-term rule given. Because the position number is multiplied by 6, it means the term-to-term rule, it will be at 6. Is there anyone who get confused? Or if you get confused still, maybe you can find the first term. If the first term, it means the position, we will replace it into number 1. And then 1 times 6, the answer will be 6. 6 plus 2, the answer will be 8. And then from 8 into 14, the difference is 6. So it means we can find that the term-to-term rule, it will be at 6. Is there anyone having any question or get confused so far, or maybe I talk too fast? Is there anyone who get confused? Yes, Ken?
I'm at dentist, so I just try. If I can join. If cannot, later maybe I will leave teacher.
Okay. It's okay. So, your friend already told me that you went to the dentist. Hugo told me that you go to the dentist. So, yeah, I understand. Thank you. Okay, could you wait? Okay, is there anyone having any questions so far for the question 2?
No.
No? Okay. Please let me know whenever you have any question. Please do not keep being quiet. Is it Kazan for the grade 9? Kazan, can you please wait? It's Tuesday, not Monday. So yeah. Okay then. For the question 3, in here we have the term-to-term rule of a sequence. It is multiplied by 3. We have the fourth term. We have to find the first term. So it means if we are going to find the previous term, we need to divide it by 3. So the fourth term is 54. 54 divided by 3, the answer will be 18. We get the third term. And then from 18 we divide it by 3, it will be 6. We got the second term. And then 6 we divide it by 3, we will get number 2 for the first term. That's why for the question 3, the answer for the first term will be equals to 2. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe I talk too fast? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay. If no one have no confusion, I will move to the question 4. For the question 4, we already have the sequence in here, and then we need to find the nth term. To find the nth term is we use the same method when we are going to find the position to term rule. So the first thing we have to do, we have to check the difference from 14 into 17. The difference is 3. From 17 into 20, the difference is 3. From 20 into 23, the difference is 3. Because all the difference are 3, it means we have to find the multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And then after we got the multiple of 3, we need to find the difference between the term and also the multiple. 14 minus 3 will be 11, 16 minus 6 will be 11, and so on. So later we will have 3 times n plus 11, or you can write it as 3n plus 11 for the n term. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe I talk too fast or anything? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay. If no one have no confusion, I will move to the next question. Please let me know whenever you have any difficulties or question. Do not keep being quiet. Okay, for the question 4, we already have sequence. Oh, sorry, for the question 5 now. For the question 5, we have the four first term in here: 23, 20, 29, 36, 41, and so on. We need to find the term to term rule. For the term to term rule, we just need to check the difference. From 23 into 29, what do we have to do? We have to add it by 6. That's why the term to term rule, it will be at 6. And then for the question B, we need to find the 11th term. For finding the 11th term, it's okay if you want to make list, or if you want to use the method that we are used to do also okay. I will focus at the fourth term, and also we already have the term to term rule. So it means because we are going to find the 11, so I do 11 minus 4, because we are going to find the 11th term. We have the fourth term, so I do 11 minus 4, which is equals to 7. And then the difference between the term given and also the unknown term, we will multiply it with the term to term rule given. So 7 times 6, which is equals to 42. For the fourth term, it will be 41. 41 plus 42, it will be equals to 83. Some of you use the first term also okay. So from the first term, you find the difference with the 11th term. The difference is 10. So 10 times 6 will be 60. 60 plus 23, it will be 83 still. So if the method is different, as long as the answer is okay, it means the answer is already correct. Is there anyone having any question?
No, teacher.
For sure, no question. Okay. If you have, okay, I will move to the next question then. If you have no question, for the question 6 in here, we already have the n term, n plus 2, n plus 1. We need to find the first 3 terms. Because we need to find the first 3 terms, the letter n in here, we are going to replace into number 1, 2, 3. Because first 3 terms, it means the first, the second, and also the third. That's why the n will be replacing into number 1 for the first term. So it will be 1 per 2 times 1 plus 1. Multiplication have to be done first. That's why we got 1 per 3. And then for the second term, the n we will replace it into number 2. So it will be 2 per 5. And then for the third term, the n we will replace it into number 3. So it will be 3 out of 7. Is there anyone having any questions still or get confused? Maybe my explanation is confusing or anything.
No, teacher.
For sure? Okay.
Yeah.
If later my voice is not audible or anything is confusing, please let me know, yeah. Do not keep being quiet. Yeah, before, okay, wait. Before this is the question 6. Now we are at the question 6. I'm going to move at question 7 if none of you having any question. Is there anything confusing from question 6? No? Okay. If no one asks me anything through the chat box, I will move to the question 7. Now we are at the question 7. For the question 7, we already have 5 cards, card A, B, C, D, E. In each card, there will be an expression on it. And then now for the question A, we have to find out which card that will be having the same value when we replace the value of P into 3, the Q into -1. So to find out the answer, you have to do it one by one. You have to check every card and then try to calculate, and then later when you're already done checking all of the cards, you can compare which card that having the same answer. So for the question A, we have P minus Q. The P is 3, the Q is negative 1. So we will have 3 minus negative 1 minus and negative, we will combine it as plus. So we will have 3 plus 1, which is equals to 4. For the question B, we have P plus Q. It became a 3 plus negative 1. Positive and minus, when we combine it, become negative. So we have 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2 for the card P. And then for the card C, we have P square. And the P is equals to 3, so we will have 3 square. 3 square means 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is equals to 9. And then for the question D, we have 2p. 2p means 2 times p. The p is equals to 3, so we will have 2 times 3, which is equals to 6. And then for the question E, we have q square plus 1. So it will be negative 1 square plus 1. Indices have to be done first, so we do negative 1 square, which is equals to 1. 1 plus 1, it will be equals to 2. So the one that having same answer is number 2 in here, which is axis on the card B and also card E. That's why for the answer in the question 7A, it will be B and E. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe my explanation is too fast or anything? Is there anyone who get confused? No?
Teacher.
Sorry?
No.
No. Okay. How about the others? Is there anyone having any question? No? Okay. Whenever you have any question, feel free to ask me. Do not keep being quiet. So now I will move to the question 7B. For the question 7B, same, we will use the previous cards, card A until card E. Now for the question B, which two cards have the same value when P is equals to Q? So in here, you can replace it with any numbers. It's okay. Like maybe you will replace the P into 2, the Q into 2 also okay. But in here, I will just change the letter P into letter Q. And then later I will just check which card that will be having same expression. So for the card A, the P I will replace it into Q. It become Q minus Q. Q minus Q, it will be equals to 0. And then for the card B, I will replace the P into Q. P plus Q become Q plus Q. There are two Q's, so the answer will be 2Q. For the question C, I will replace the P into Q. From P square, it will be Q square. And then for the card E, I will replace the P into Q again. So 2P, 2 times P become 2 times Q, which is equals to 2Q. For the question E, it's already given in Q, so I will let it be as Q. So later in the end, I will have all of the card A, B, C, D, E, which are having the letter Q only on its card. So like for the question A, the answer is 0. For the question B is 2Q. Question C is Q square. Question D is 2Q. Question E is Q square plus 1. Among these cards, we have the cards that having same expression, which is card B and also card D. That's why the answer will be B and D for the question 7B. Is there anyone having any question or get confused? Is there anyone having any question or get confused? No? Okay. Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 8. For the question 8 in here, there are some people, Mia, Lily, Mike, Jamila, and Oliver. They want to record the time that they take to do their homework. And then the time taken is 3 minutes. We don't know what is exactly t. So we cannot say it is 5 minutes, is it 20 minutes, we don't know, we just keep it as t. And then now we have another information that Lily takes 20 minutes longer. If longer, it means the time taken will be bigger. So we will plus it t plus 20. And then for the question B, Mike takes twice as long as Mia. Twice, so it means we have to multiply it by 2. Twice means 2 times, right? So it will be 2 times t. 2 times t, it will be equals to 2t. You cannot write it as t square. The answer have to be 2t, or you can write it as t2, it's okay. But if you write it as t to the power of 2, no, it's not okay. Is there anyone having any question before I move to the other one? So you can write it as t like this, okay. But if you answer it like t to the power of 2, it's not okay. Okay, if no one have no question, I will move to the Jamila sentence. For Jamila sentence in here, take 10 minutes less. Because it less, it means the time taken will be getting shorter. If shorter, so it means I have to subtract it, become t minus 10. And then for the question, for the next one, we have the expression which is t divided by 2. So you can say it is twice faster, or you can say a half as Mia, something like that, also okay. But we cannot say it is a half an hour because we don't know the time. Read the question properly. I will try to re-explain in the question 8. In here, we only have the expression or the time taken from Mia, which is only t minutes. But we don't know will it be like 60 minutes, or it will be like 5 minutes or 20 minutes. We don't know the time taken, the real minute, we don't know. So we keep it as t. And then for the question 1, for the example in here, Lily takes 20 minutes longer. So it will be more than t. So we need to plus it by 20. And then for the question, for the next one, we have Mike takes twice. So twice means 2 times. So we need to multiply it by 2. The time taken that Mia take is t. So it means 2 times t. 2 times t, yeah, it will be 2t. And then for the next one, we have Jamila takes 10 minutes less than Mia. So Mia will be taking more times. That's why it will be t minus 10, not 10 minus t. Because it says 10 minutes less than Mia. Mia will take a longer time. So we need to write the t first before the 10. It will be t minus 10. And then for the next question, we have the expression t divided by 2. So we can say that twice faster, or you can say a half as Mia, a half as long as Mia, that is also okay. Is there anyone have any question? You cannot mention it is 1 hour, is it 20 minutes, because we don't know how many minutes is t. That's why you cannot say it is a half an hour. You cannot say like that. Okay, is there anyone having any question or get confused still?
No, teacher.
No?
No.
Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 9. For the question 9, we have an expression in here. I think of a number. The number is n, so I will start it with n. Subtract by 5, so n minus 5. And then divide by 7. If you want to use the symbol divide, you have to keep them in a bracket like this. Because the result, we will divide it by 7. Do not only write n minus 5 per 7. If you write like this, it means only the number 5 that you will divide it by 7. You need to put a bracket like this. If maybe you want to make a less space, you just want to write it in a one line, so you have to put in a bracket n minus 5 in the bracket divided by 7, or this is the more appropriate expression, it will be n minus 5 divided by 7. Is there anyone having any question? Or yeah, if you have any question, please let me know. You can unmute yourself or you can type it through the chat box. I'm reading the chat box.
Um,
Okay. What is your question? You can tell me. Feel free to ask me any question whenever you have any question.
wait, if it's like this, right? It's like I don't put it like n minus 5 over 7. I make it as n
Yeah, if
minus.
you n minus 5, if you put it in the bracket, you write it like this one, the one that I just put inside the square, it means this is also okay. So n minus 5 in the bracket divided by 7, or n minus 5 in the bracket per 7, you write it in a one line, it's also okay, as long as the n minus 5 is inside the bracket. And if you want to write it in a one line, you can pick which one, but the most appropriate one is the n minus 5 per 7, all over like that. Okay, is there anyone having any question or get confused? Without bracket means your answer is wrong. Is there anyone having any question?
No.
No? Okay, if you have no question, let us move to the next question. Okay, for the question 10 in here, Lacy thinks of a number. We don't know the number, so we will keep it as X. Or you can keep it with any other letter, it's okay because we don't know, so we just have to keep it as unknown number. So you pick any letter to define the unknown number. And then after that, multiply the number by 3, so times 3. Subtract it by 6, so minus 6. The final answer is 15. Now to find the answer, we will do reverse or inverse. So we start with the 15, we do everything with the opposite. Because it is subtract 6, opposite of subtract 6, it will be plus 6. So 15 plus 6, it will be equals to 21. And then the very first one, we multiply it by 3, opposite of multiply will be divide. So 21 divided by 3, it will be equals to 7. So it means the number that Lacy thinks of is 7. Is there anyone having any question or get confused? Or my explanation is confusing still or anything?
No, teacher.
For sure, no question. Okay, you can do a double checking for all of your answer. So later, if you find out, maybe I give you a mark that is less than what you supposed to get, you can return back your paper to me, like you return it back on the Google Classroom, and then write in the private comment how much that you have to get. So I will get a notification, and then later I will update your new grade. So yeah, I will rectify all of the mistake if maybe you have a different marks. So please do a double checking with your answer also, because maybe if I check it, because when I check it without a paper, sometimes maybe I will like, maybe it's possible for me to like maybe make a silly mistake on calculating your marks or anything, because I cannot like make any tick sign or anything on it. So please try to do a double checking so you can check it by yourself. For the question 11, we have a number multiplied by 4. So x, if we multiply it by 4, the x, when we multiply it by 4, it will be only 4x. It will never be x to the power of 4. So this is wrong, because it will never be x to the power of 4. Then subtract by 2. The one that we have to subtract by 2 is the 4x. So we will write it as 4x minus 2. So that's why the one that we have to put a circle is x is mapping into 4x minus 2, or the third expression. the answer only 1 because it says the function, not functions. So the answer only 1. So if any one of you answer it 2, maybe this is correct and then you put another circle on it. I put a half mark on it. Okay, is there anyone having any questions so far or get confused with the question 11?
No,
Is
teacher.
there anyone? No? Okay. If you have no confusion, I will move to the question 12. Let me know, yeah, whenever you have any question. Okay. For the question 12, oopsie, it's not moving. Yeah, for the question 12 or on the test, I wrote it as question 13. In here we have to find the inverse function. We already have the function from changing the degree Celsius into degree Fahrenheit. Now we are going to find the function if we have degree Fahrenheit and we are going to find the degree Celsius. So we just need to do the opposite. We focus at the letter F in here. F is plus in here, plus by 32. So the opposite we have to write it negative 32. This is times 1.8, so it will be divided by 1.8. So this is the answer, minus 32 then divided by 1.8. Is there anyone having any question or maybe I talk too fast or anything? Is there anyone? No?
No, teacher.
Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the next one for the question 14 or the question 13. In here, we already have the table with the reverse mapping and we are going to find the inverse function. So for the first row, we already have the example times 4. The function is 4m. So if we are going to do the reverse, so if it is times 4, opposite of times 4 will be divided by 4. So the m we will divide it by 4 for the inverse function. And then for the second row we have times 2 and then subtract it by 3. So we need to do the opposite. We plus by 3 then divide it by 2. So later when we have to find the inverse function, it will be m plus 3 plus m plus 3 divided by 2. Is there anyone having any question?
No,
Or
teacher.
maybe I talk too fast or anything? No? For sure, no question?
Yeah, no question, teacher.
Okay, if you have no question, let us discuss the last question. For the last question, work out the third term of the sequence with the n term 3 open bracket and plus 2. It says third term. When it is third term, so we will replace the letter n into 3 because the position number is number 3. So it will be 3 open bracket 3 plus 2. Remember the bit mass? We have to finish the calculation inside the bracket first. So we do 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. So now bracket means times. 3 times 5, the answer will be equals to 15. That's why the answer for the question 14 is 15. Is there anyone having any question or get confused?
No, teacher.
No, for sure. Okay. If wait, who keep texting so much with okay, okay. Hmm. Okay, if you have no question, before I continue to the next chapter, maybe some of you were late. Is there any question that you need to see? Is there any question that you need to see? Because some of you were late, maybe you need to see a previous question to do a double checking. Is there any
Teacher,
question
what's
that you need to see? Sorry?
what's number 9?
Teacher, he go say number 9.
Okay,
He go
number
say number
9. Okay, okay. Please, whenever you text me a private chat, do not type it too much because it's like covering, I mean, like one person texting me letter okay with so many lines. It's so distracting. Okay, for the question 12, no question. I will move to the question 9. So this is question 9. I think of a number, subtract it by 5. So n minus 5. And then we divide it by 7. So we write it as a fraction, become n minus 5 all over 7. Or if you do not have enough space and you want to write it in a one line, please make sure you put a bracket in between n and also sorry, like this. So it's supposed to be n minus 5, and then you can do divide it by 7 like this, or you can write it per 7, it's okay. But the one that is more appropriate one is the one that having a fraction. This is the one that is appropriate. Is there anyone having any questions so far for the question 9? No? Hugo, is it clear? No, okay. Okay, if you have no question, I will go back to the question 8. For the question 8 in here, okay, maybe some of you are confused. We focus at the sentence, Mia takes 3 minutes. So we focus on the Mia takes 3 minutes. We already have the example in here. Lily takes 20 minutes longer. If longer, yeah, we have to plus it by 20. The original, because it's compared to Mia, the original will be T. So it will be T plus 20. And then for the next one, Mike takes twice as long as Mia. Twice means 2 times. And then Mia is T. So 2 times T, the answer will be 2T. Or you can write it as T2, something like this. This is also okay. Still correct, even though it's not a normal way we write an expression. And then for the next one, we have Jamila takes 10 minutes less than Mia. So Mia will be having more time. So T minus 10, not 10 minus T. The one that is spending more time, we will write it in the front. Because Mia is taking more time, so we write it as T minus 10. For the last one, Oliver takes, because we already have the expression, T divided by 2, so we can write it as twice faster. Or you can say as a half as long as Mia, something like that, it's okay. So, okay, is there anyone having any question? For the question, yeah, for the question 9, if your answer is not not the one that I show it to you, if wrong, it will be counted as 0. I did not give like a 0.25 or 0.05 for the preceding that you tried to do. No, yes, sorry.
Is it okay if I write in brackets?
With brackets.
I use brackets over the.
Yeah, if you use bracket with a fraction, so like with question 9, is it question 9? You put a bracket like this. Wait.
Yeah,
Is it like this? Yeah, it's okay if you put it a bracket, but the bracket is actually not necessary if you already put a fraction and then the fraction is all over n minus 5. It's not really necessary. And then this is 1 mark at the question 9. Okay, is there anyone having any questions so far?
Okay.
I'll go back to the question 8. Yes, Nicholas, which is there anything confusing at the question 8?
So this one though, so if I get T minus 10 and as half as Mia, both of them correct, right? So I get
Yeah, 2. Yeah, for each column, this is 1 mark, this is 1 mark, this is also 1 mark. So in total, it will be 3 marks. Yeah. Okay. Is there any number else that you need to see? Okay, Jovan want to see the question 3. I'll go to the question 3. Okay, you can return later if maybe you have different marks with the one that I give it to you through the Google Classroom. Just return back the paper that I give it to you and then text me through the private comment. Later I will update your marks. Okay, there is an option that you can return it back to me, right? Return it to me. Yeah, you can return it to me. This is question 3. Is there anything that you need to ask for the question 3? This is we already have the fourth term. The fourth term is 54, and then we have to find the earlier term. The term to term rule is multiplied by 3, so to find the previous one, we need to divide it by 3. No, there is no A, B, C, D at the question 3. Question 3 only this one, no A, B, C, D. So the answer will be 2. Is there anyone having any question? It's already time's up. Sorry, I take 2 minutes. Okay, if you have no question, you can leave my class. I think that's all for today's class. Good morning and thank you, students.